Hi, everyone. My name is Mary Madeline Way, and today I just want to thank you for your time listening to my policy change. Imagine you are a college athlete. You are doing great in your program. Your relationship with your coach is really well. Um, you are thriving in all of your classes. It is mid-season, and you find out that four of your starters are leaving. They are entering the transfer portal. In 2021, the NCAA Division I Council announced a change to college sports. According to the NCAA.org's D1 Council adopts new transfer legislation by Michelle Brutlag-Hosick. A rule came out that gave athletes a one-time rule that allowed them to transfer one time without having to sit out a year. This rule um, Prior to this rule, they were, having to sit out at least 1 year when they transferred. In 2025, the NCSAsports.org's NCAA transfer rules, author not given, the NCAA changed the rule. It, went from being allowed to transfer one time and get immediate eligibility to being allowed to transfer as many times as you would like and having immediate eligibility. This caused an uproar in college athletics. My change agent would be the NCAA Division I Council. They are representatives from all the Division I conferences. They have the power to change rules and put them in place that have athletes' best intentions in mind. They can bring back systems that are needed and take away ones that are not. Um, According to SportsEverNords.com's transfer portal pros and cons, the Wild West of college sports by Sports Media, college athletes most of the times harm themselves when transferring a lot. They lose a lot of their college credits. If they transferred, if they had, imagine if you have 90 college credit hours when you transfer to a new college. Well, when you transfer, 20 of those hours get taken away, and you have to do a whole extra semester of work. This could add a whole year and take you a lot more time to finish your degree. College athletes sometimes never end up graduating because of this. And when sports ends in their lives, they have nothing to fall back on. According to FrontOfficeSports.com's Inside Nico Ialomalev's Ugly Breakup with Tennessee by Amanda Kristovich, Tennessee's quarterback, in March of this year, went to his coach and athletic director and demanded he get more NIL money to stay at the program. When he started his college career, he was given already $8 million to stay at Tennessee for 4 years. Well, he didn't believe this is enough. So he decided that if he didn't get the money he wanted from Tennessee, he was going to transfer somewhere else that would give him the money. I personally believe that this is just wrong. You don't need to transfer to new schools just to get more money. You want to stay at a school, to build a program, to be someone that fans think about when they think of their school. More and more kids have been transferring just for money recently. It has been damaging schools and not allowing them to have team culture. Because of the transfer portal, teams now every year feel like they have to restart their team and start it from the ground up. There's no team culture or development or leadership. Every year it repeats itself and you have to start over. If the transfer portal only allowed 1 year, no teams would have to be rebuilt, and the background and development of the program could be able to progress from the ground up instead of having to restart. Does anyone have any questions? I think you're muted, Lily.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So, are you pushing to be like against the transfer portal, or are you against like athletes leaving mid-season? Or does this have to do with the NIL deal and the transfer portal? Like, what? I guess what I'm trying to say is like, what are you most against when it comes to the transfer portal?
I believe that everyone should have an opportunity to transfer, even if because their situation might not be great or whatever. But I think you should have just one time to transfer, and after that, you should be allowed to sit out. You shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't be allowed to transfer every year for more and more money.
Okay, on the money aspect. Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that this is an issue with like just in general, just NILs and that whole concept? I feel like recently I've seen a lot of controversy around like if like especially when it's as much as like $8 million.
NIL is a big deal about all of it, but if the NCAA council took the rule and only allowed a one-time transfer without sitting out, I feel like more athletes would they would feel the need to stay instead of leave and get just waste a year of their career sitting out.
This may be a bit of a dumb question because I'm not very big in the college sport aspects. But what about a student that isn't transferring because of their sport, but because of the academic side of things? Would that affect their transfer like that way at all?
I feel like if they wanted to do it for academic reasons, they could still go along with that one time transfer. But if they had other reasons after they're transferring one time, I feel like they could go to the NCAA council and give their statement of why they feel they should need to transfer without having to stay out a year since it's for the right reasons of academics.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm?
So I think all the transfers are actually really harmful to schools' brands. Like, think about if there's a player that fans really love, they become like a major image within the schools. And if every year we're changing out our main man, our main jersey, our main woman, whatever it may be, it's costing these universities a lot of money to constantly be making these changes. And so you would think the schools would also not want things like that to happen. And then you do have cases like in Tennessee. It's insane. $8 million for a college student. That's a lot of money. And I don't know, like my personal opinion on it is if I were an NFL team and I saw how he behaved in college, I would be less tempted to draft that person. So, do you think that the way these transfers are happening and how we're seeing there's no loyalty to companies or to schools, do you think this will have any impact on how the NFL decides to draft?
I do believe this will have an impact. If NFL teams see that a person isn't loyal to the team for the team, but just for the money, it definitely has a big impact on it. During the NBA draft this year, a someone that was drafted had so much pride or whatever from being at his school for so long and getting a big NIL deal that he demanded that he only get drafted to a to like 3 certain teams. So I believe that like if they have the need that they can do whatever they want to get whatever money they won't stay at an NFL team longer.
Yeah, and I feel like we're seeing a lot of these like, fast-paced transfers within football, which is why I specifically
Yeah.
asked about the NFL, because I think, and we see them in basketball, but I think it's been really predominant in football. Are there any other questions?
So, on the money aspect of it, do you think that transfers should be getting paid more whenever they transfer that one time, or do you think it should be like, should the school be offering them that much money?
I feel like it's however much that person can help out their team. If that person can lead them to a national championship win, then they should be deserved to get paid a lot. But when it comes down to them transferring multiple years just for money, then you have to take that aspect into mind that they're not doing it for the right reasons.
Right, any other questions?